Okay, then.
Oh,
There we
o-
go.
okay. So you can see me, or I don't know.
I hear
Oh,
you. So that means, yep, there you just got to turn your camera on.
okay. Let's see. I dropped my phone so many times. Poor thing. Okay. That's why I was trying to get it on the computer, but
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to just take a minute and email that link from your phone to your computer.
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay for now.
It's
It's
okay.
yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
All right, cool. So either way, I'm actually I should be recording this so I can send you a copy of it. Um,
Okay.
because unfortunately I'm probably gonna go a little bit faster than I normally would. But I have a hard stop at the top of the hour because I got
Oh,
to transition because this is our week for vacation Bible study,
oh, okay.
and I'm one of the lead teachers.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so but ultimately I'm reaching out to you because I'm starting a new cohort in September of people who are still fairly optimistic about short-term and midterm rentals and
Mm-hmm.
just want a more strategic way of doing it.
Okay.
And if you don't like, if you don't mind, it's been a while since we spoke last. Can you maybe get me up to speed on what's happened since we last talked?
When we last talked, I was getting my house in Maryland ready for rental
Mm-hmm.
because it's a condo HOA, da 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 da. So I already had another property with Section 8. So I ended up putting Section 8 in the second property. Within 30 days, they moved in. So that was great. I didn't lose any money. Um, and then my mom, I had to go to Europe after. And then early this year, my mom had dementia. So I had to take her to Grenada. And I was looking at the Airbnb over there. And so why now? Is it a month now? Yes, a month. The smallest sister island, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, got hit with the hurricane. 98% of the island got wiped out.
Wow.
So now the people, it's only maybe about 10,000 people on the island. They're
Mm-hmm.
moving to Grenada now, and it's a mess. So
Mm-hmm.
market went up, food, everything went up. And I'm like, God, I know I need to be in the right place at the right time. But so, yeah. So right now I'm renting a house for my mom, wasting money
Yeah.
instead of trying to purchase. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so
So
yeah.
that has been a bunch. Bunch has happened for you.
Uh, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
You
I
are you still at all attending any of the sessions that Coach Jim held? Because I know it's a lifetime membership.
Yeah, I had actually I sent him a text about 2 weeks ago, and I
Hmm.
jumped one of those classes he had where they were giving away whatever, whatever. So
Hmm.
I jumped on that real quick, but I have not even had a chance to seriously get back in. And I said I
Okay.
need to because it's been maybe a good 2 years, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
So yeah. So
So yeah, no, I only asked because when you next speak to him, you may not want to share that you spoke to me.
oh, I never, never, never.
Yeah.
We had this conversation before because you remember
Okay.
I was going to go in with you with one of your properties in Rochester, and I ended up backing out.
Hmm.
But yeah, so no, I'm not that type of a person to.
Yeah. Okay. No, and I only say that for your well being,
Yeah, yeah.
because it ended kind of volatile, and I was a deeply at the time I was a little hurt because I thought our relationship was more transformational and not transactional.
Mm-hmm.
But things happen for a reason and for a season. Um, and I share all that to say that what I'm going to share with you is something that Coach knew about, but he wasn't really sharing it with us.
Uh,
And I had to go to another mentor program in order to really understand it and to
yeah,
be able to have the systems in place where
right,
I can go to any landlord in any city and say in so many words, hey, if there was a way for me to give you your same rent rates
right.
without you needing 100% occupancy or 90% or even 70% occupancy, would you be interested?
Right.
And as a homeowner, as a landlord, what do you think the honest truth is?
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna jump into it.
Yeah, yeah. Because the bottom line is when we get into when we get into real estate, when we become a landlord, the goal is for it to be, as passive as much as possible.
Right.
And the truth is, it's more semi-passive than anything, especially when you have to factor in repairs or when you
Yeah.
have to factor in, getting the right people or getting the wrong people out or any of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when I kind of learned that, the rental arbitrage. So right now in the group of 20 people that I'm working with, I
Yeah.
explain that, there's kind of really three levels to this. And it doesn't really matter what level you get at. It just matters that you start, climbing the level. So
Mm-hmm.
level one is where we started. It was rental arbitrage, where I take on a lease and then I put people in that place through short term or midterm. And
Right.
then the landlord is gonna get his, I'll get mine after all my expenses.
Right. Right.
Awesome place to start, but you don't want to stay there.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason for that is once you do the math, and I'm not sure if you've done the math, for every dollar you make, you may only really keep 30 cents. Maybe.
Well, some of the yes, some of the properties when I do look at, yes, that's what I was saying. Even me doing my own little research right now and looking at stuff, and I'm like, it's gonna take a while to get to that little something to say, yeah. Even I own a rental house and it's rented and I put work into it, it probably take a year before I get a profit.
Sure.
So see some of the things with the Airbnb, like if it's not a big margin, I was like, man, I'm gonna be struggling.
Got it.
So
Right.
I can't,
Absolutely.
like, yeah.
So the second level, the second level is the model that I teach 90% of the people who are working with me now. It's called
Mm,
the co-listing model. And the
okay.
co-listing model is as simple as this. You find a motivated landlord. And a
Yeah.
motivated landlord is in an interesting place, meaning that they're not so new where they've never had any pay. So
Right.
when you're brand new, you've never had an eviction, you've never
Mm-hmm.
had to go in and remodel, you've never had any of the undesirables.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's the opposite extreme where you've been in 30 years, you're not trying to learn anything new.
Right.
You're not trying to learn anything new or
Yeah.
try anything new. You got the
Exactly.
one extreme, you got this extreme. Our clients are right in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that they've been in for a bit, they know a little something, but
Yeah.
you know what? They're open for things that may be a little bit off the beaten track if it's going to put them in a better situation.
Right.
Okay. That's our client. That's who
Okay.
we are working with.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool part is what we're bringing is expertise. We're bringing traffic. We're bringing the right clients to them. And what they
Mm-hmm.
bring is the product.
Right.
So we don't spend a dime.
Yeah.
No rent,
Mm.
no Wi-Fi, no
Right.
utilities. Sometimes if, because depending on where they are, I might even furnish it. But if I do, I'm going to ask for a higher split,
Yeah.
you know? So typically 70-30 split is what we are seeing. And the best part about it is if there's any real cost, the
Mm-hmm.
landlord is coming up with it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just pause real quick.
Okay.
Is that a little different from what you've experienced in the past?
Well, yeah, and then I look at other, other people too that do their quote unquote class on social media, and they all of them have a little different concept. But yes, I think after the end of the day, and you put all that knowledge together, you kind of create your own. But what you're saying is, hey, I'm looking to try to put the lease out, and if it means earning something small to build to the next level, hey, that works. You got to creep before we could, walk.
Absolutely. And you're 100% right, because so at the end of the day, right, where you want to stay, you don't want to stay with a rental arbitrage. You don't want to stay with the co-listing. What you
Right.
want to do is you want to really own the stuff outright.
Yeah.
And the reason that you want to own it outright is obviously the same mindset that we're presenting to landlords work with us.
Yeah.
If I can have my same rent rate, get my mortgage paid, build my equity, and only have people in the place a fraction of the time, why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, because it's cool to have a county or a government program, but they're in your place 100% of the time,
Yeah.
which simply means that there are going to be repairs needed. There are going to be things that have to be addressed. You
Right.
don't want to defer the maintenance. And oh, by the way, if something were to happen under this model that I'm sharing with you,
Yeah.
Airbnb still has a $3 million, bailout for you to
Mm,
take care of any of those repairs.
got you.
So it can be really, really sweet if you position yourself the right way.
Okay. But you're
Oh,
still under the umbrella of him. You're still under him to get the
no,
traffic. Huh?
who am I still
Oh,
under Coach Jim?
yeah.
Oh no. If you say my name, Coach Jim's will probably have a heartache.
Well,
No,
I
he
know he's a little salty, I
no,
already.
he told me that I was taking his students away from him.
But you
And
have to share the wealth. You have to share the
I
wealth.
said, Coach, I'm just presenting what's been working and what hasn't been working.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, I burned my bridge. I burned my ships. I bought in to 100% of what you told me was going to work,
Yeah.
and I never got my investment back.
Mm. Yeah, I'm still waiting on mine.
Yeah, I mean, I literally, he said that if you do what he says, that you were going to experience, you know, uh, a 2 to 3x return
Yeah.
on what you put in. No, man, that never happened.
But the time have changed too. His teaching and what I'm seeing these young guys and them as presenting, they on point with some of their stuff. So I listen to some of these younger, guys that are in there.
Yep,
Coach not teaching nothing what they're presenting.
yep. So
So
no, to answer your question respectfully, no, I
yeah,
am not under Coach Jim. And
okay.
anything that I learned from him, I do give him credit because I had to start somewhere.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
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 but I am I'm a little, I'll say this. I'm a little bitter that I had to go learn this somewhere else.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
he could have taught it to me right from the very beginning.
Right. What did she text me? Are we fine?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And so here's the point. Okay. So I took the address that you gave me and
mm-hmm.
I generated a presentation
Okay.
with the goal being, if you see the value of joining and collaborating with me and this superhost community, what
Mm-hmm.
I'm presenting to you, I can present to anybody until you're comfortable doing it that you might have an interest in taking ownership of their place.
Okay.
So all we're going to do is we're just going to walk through the presentation together.
All right.
Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So imagine your face being there. Imagine you saying, hey, we are a provider of corporate housing.
Mm-hmm.
We work with CEOs, corporate executives, and other business professionals. Right there, Why do you think that would get the attention of most traditional landlords?
Say the question again.
Why do you think the fact that you are working with clients such as nurses, CEOs, corporate executives, and business travelers, professionals in general, why would that get the attention of the typical landlord?
Well, you're not catering to family and kids. It's more of a professional outreach is one that I would say. With
Yeah, you think about it. How much time does a typical family spend in from an hour standpoint in a property?
yeah. So,
12,
yeah.
14, 16 hours a day?
They would stay longer. Yeah, meaning
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Take. Yeah.
How much time do you think a business professional
Uh,
traveling is going to spend in a property per day?
they're trying to make money, so you see them when trying to go to bed, get a full 6 hours, and get up and go.
They're going to get their 6, maybe their 8 hours, and they're out.
Yeah.
They're out.
Yeah.
They're not living in that person's property. And
Right.
for that reason alone, somebody can experience a better return on their investment because they're not trying to reinvest the money when that person leaves for damages.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's you. It will say, meet Debbie Lewis, and your information will be there.
Right.
Okay. What did we offer? All right. So the links give them details, but we just give them a high level overview. Hey, we can provide professional photographs if necessary, keyless locks if necessary, recommendations of things to do and places to go if necessary, concierge service if necessary, search engine optimization, very necessary, being able to price optimize. Most landlords really who want to do what we're doing, they don't know what the prices should be.
Yeah.
They don't. And here's the thing, they can learn, but then they got to take time away from what they're good at to learn it.
To learn. Yeah.
All right. Cleaning services, if necessary, property maintenance services, if necessary. So half the places that I manage right now, the people who I manage for are not even in Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my own handyman.
Yeah.
But the people that are in Rochester, they got people. So I only provide the service if they need the service.
Got you.
Okay. Interior decoration suggestions, if necessary. And the licensing process, if you're in an area that requires such. Is South Florida in that position?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let me run through this quickly. So what I did is I took the information you gave me, went on Zillow, and put it in some software that I use.
Right.
And this software basically lets me know that in this place, this geographic area, I got 5 places within 5 miles that are doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this presentation deck goes through those 5 places. Now, for you and I'm just going to go through two of the places
Okay.
to shorten the presentation. But so this is one of the 5 places. So here's what's cool, right? What's cool is if you look at the numbers, when this place is simply occupied 31% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
it has the potential of booking 24. Historically, it's booked 17.
Mm.
For those of us that have rental property, take 17,910, divide that by 12.
Mm-hmm.
What's that rent rate for you?
Sheesh. On the top of my head, I have no idea. My calculator is gone. But yeah, what
All
did you
right.
have?
Well, I mean, so that's just a shade
Yeah.
between 1,500 a month.
Okay.
That's pretty decent rent rate for something that's only occupied 31% of the time, right? Would you sign up for that class?
Yeah, because I mean, so you created this formula, or you're using a system that calculates?
I'm using AI. that will
Oh,
generate this data for me.
okay.
And AI is all the rage, but it only benefits you if you know how to use it.
Right.
So that's one of the things that the team in our mastermind group has access to, so they can go out and have intelligent conversations,
Mhm.
right? So I think 1,500 for most landlords a month for
Yeah.
something that's barely being occupied 50% of the time is a win-win.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. And then if you take a look at the map at your leisure, because I know you're on the cell phone, it's actually right around the corner from the subject property that you gave me.
Okay.
It's literally around the corner.
Mhm.
I got a second count.
Go too far. Okay.
Okay. Here's my second count. All right.
Mm.
So if we take 25,000 and divide that by 12 months, that's just a shade over $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And what's the occupancy of this place?
You're at 46.
46. Okay. Here's where the presentation gets really interesting. Once you show them about 5 properties that's within 5 minutes of their property, that's when
Hmm.
you shift gears. And you simply, and then you give them this presentation that where it says link, they can go into that link and take a look at the numbers real, not
Oh.
what they copy. So on Airbnb.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not asking them to take your word for it.
Right.
You're asking them, hey, this is the seed. Um, I'm planting it in fertile soil. Click the link. If it takes roots, let's collaborate.
Yeah.
If it doesn't take root, hey, no problem.
Hmm.
All right. And this is when you kind of flex your muscles. You basically say, hey, this is not like an experiment. This is what we are doing. We have 5-star reviews. We have customer favorites. If you were to become a member of the network, until you get your own story, you'll be using my story or somebody in our network story, so
Right.
that you actually had data that would give you credibility.
Right.
Because it doesn't have to be your property. It just has to be a property that you can speak highly about. And if you're in the network, you have access to them.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the software talk. So the AI basically says, if you are about the DIY approach, that is traditional landlording, where you're going to chase for the right tenants, where if you get the wrong tenants, you're ready to evict them. If you are ready to kind of figure out, what the pricing model should be, and you're also prepared for property damage, and you're also prepared that this is only going to get cleaned really, really good once a year. And you're also prepared that you're going to have a team in place to manage the tenants
Yeah.
and respond to any tenant issues. Hey, you're guaranteed 26 grand, $26,400 a year, based on that rent rate that you gave me in that Zillow.
Yeah.
Okay. This is their take home money before any expenses and before any outgo of time, effort, and energy.
Mm.
This is what they're already doing. So we're going to acknowledge up front, if this is fine for you, we don't need to continue the presentation. However, you might be interested, there's a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does that different way look like? If you or I decided to collaborate, this is what I would be offering. I would be offering you basically the same rent rate, not that different, but at 58% of the occupancy, this is what you would expect. You would expect that we would source all of the corporate tenants. We would worry about the pricing. so that we can maximize the revenue. We would keep the property in sale condition, not move-in condition, no, not rent-ready condition, but sale condition. We would be deep cleaning after each of the guests comes and goes. We would be handling all of the communication 24/7. And in essence, what you would be doing is receiving a monthly income earning by the 10th of every month. So we have the done for you approach versus the traditional approach, right? What this means, if we just kind of line them up side by side, all I'm saying is this: your place is only going to be occupied 58% of the time. You and I are going to share in the profits. You're going to get your 70, I'm going to get your 30. After the split, you are going to be making the 27, 516, and I'm going to be doing all of the heavy lifting. Why does this work? It works because we are really, really good on using the systems that identify these type of clients. They're algorithms. It's artificial intelligence. It's not anything that, the average individual is going to say or do. You got to tap in to technology.
Right.
All right. Let me stop the presentation and ask, you have any comments, concerns, you have any connections that you want to share out right now?
Well, are you doing this new, what's the word I'm looking for? This presentation, have you done this and have actual results, or is something you're just starting with the group?
Oh no, I have results, and then my team has results.
Okay, so I thought
Yeah.
this was so you guys started this already.
Oh, I've been doing this for the last 7 months.
Okay.
I don't have any more traditional rental arbitrage Remember, I had, like, when you were and I were in Coach's group, I had gotten up to 12 properties. I'm not sure if you remember.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. All of those have either been transitioned or I've totally gotten rid of it. Because this model really allows me to run my business over my cell phone on any beach in the world.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So this is absolutely not something that we're trying to guinea pig with anybody. It's what we do now.
Okay.
All we do. Even if I have a person that is in a really good rental arbitrage situation,
yeah,
I say, as soon as you get to the end of your agreement, I would transition out of it.
Gotcha. Okay. And normally the agreement is what? You do it for what, a couple of months or
Yeah, most people who are in rental arbitrage agreements either have a 2-year or a 1-year lease.
Okay, so it's the same. Okay.
So, either way. And so with this model, we just kind of lay things up side by side. And then we just keep it 100. Look, you're currently charging $2,200 every month for your lease, for your renters. All right. Here's our performance guarantee. You're going to give us 60 days to get everything optimized and get things working. All right. And if we are not at your minimum rent rate, we're in essence, we're working for free. Because the way this all works, if you're not making money, nor are we.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty simple. For every 3,000 that we make, you're keeping 2 and I'm keeping 1.
Yeah.
So it's everybody's interest to collaborate and work together. But here's the thought, it's everything is not for everybody. Here's some links. I'm going to let you go through these links on your own. One link is our management agreement. We don't have a lease agreement. We have a management agreement.
Right.
And the other link is what our sample monthly income report would look like. In fact, I just did one and I actually share it with you real time.
Okay.
Pull it up. Let me see. I'm out on my backyard patio because it's so beautiful right now.
It's so hot out here.
I can't
90.
I can't really see anything. Okay, let me blow this up.
Okay.
So in this, we basically will itemize. So we 6 bookings, 7 bookings for the month, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 21 bookings. Okay, so we had what? We had 21 bookings. And we had a couple resolutions because people lie. They damage your they take your linen and they damage things. So we have to get claims out. But so the cool thing is, oh, actually, this is not my most recent one. I'm sorry. I'm showing you old one.
Yeah, and I could barely see it on my phone.
Yeah, I have to apologize. This is
Yeah.
clearly not the optimum way for you to do it. That's why I'm going to actually send you the recording because
Okay.
the recording will let you. So, but kind of fast forward because I am trying to honor the timetable. This is what a earnings report looks like. You don't have to create anything. I already have the template. But in this case, this particular landlord, this client earned just a hair north of $8,000 for a month.
Mm.
And then based on my management fee and based on sales tax and based on the AI we use to adjust pricing,
Yeah.
they were paid out of that 8,000 and change. They were paid out roughly about 7,000.
Mm. Okay.
All right, guess what they were normally getting for the rent?
Uh, what, maybe 2000?
They were getting 2,300.
Oh, it was close.
Yeah, you think they're happy about our relationship?
Nah.
So in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to leave you with, and the
Okay.
recording will be yours. If you were at all remotely interested in being a part of what we're doing, again, the cohort starts September 1. Um,
Okay.
I'm looking to add 20 people to the group, and cap it off, and anybody that comes in after that would actually end up starting and probably January 1.
Okay.
So from the standpoint of investment, the investment, we basically, a lot of people are all about trying to make things work
Right.
inside a plan. So
Mhm.
we take the 10 grand investment and we spread it out over 12 months.
Okay.
So 10,000 over 12 months. Other people, absolutely want to, uh, you know, anytime they can get a discount, they go
Yeah.
for it. The discount is there is a 50% discount if you can just do it in 1 month, and there's no installment. So some people are doing it in one installment of 5 grand. Other
Yeah.
people are doing it over a year and they're doing 10 grand.
Okay.
Whatever makes the most sense for the person. That's that's all we just want a person to get started.
Okay. Now, between now and the first, are you having any like group meetings or it's just one on
We
one?
are, we are. So I can invite you. Our next group meeting will be Saturday morning. So typically, what we do is we do Saturday mornings during the summers, and then we go back to a Monday evening when the kids go back to school.
Right. Okay.
So if you are at all interested, I will send you the Zoom links.
Okay.
We have about 2 Saturdays left in the month. I'll send you both Zoom links, and you can, actively engage or be a fly on the wall. Absolutely is up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get a little more involved, and next 2 Saturdays I'll be here. Yeah, the first
Okay.
I'll be in New York, but I'll be here.
All right. Sounds like a win-win.
Yep.
And, if you have any questions between now and then, shoot me a text. I'll absolutely get back to you. Okay.
Okay, definitely.
All right,
Definitely.
then. Blessings to you.
All right, thank you, thank you.
All right. Bye bye.